Been around. I heard it click into place. No! That was close. Hello. Right. Thought I'd start a new series of Derail Valley on realistic difficulty, and I've skipped the tutorial completely. There is no tutorial I've done on this, so yeah. We're hoping to do a full playthrough this time. I know we only did 2 episodes last time, but yeah, okay. And I've chosen this because I don't have as much time at the moment I want to be able to have to do recordings, and this is easier than doing what we've been doing, Satisfactory. First of all, I will say 2 mods. I have got the nice tidy desk for the jobs, nicely placed rather than all in a mess, and each job will tell me where it's picked up from and where it goes to, which is really useful. So very quickly, I'm going to quickly go through these jobs and like long 2, that do, and see what jobs we've got left. Do. And do. We're not going to have any licenses at this stage. And do. Do. Oh, can't do. We're left with 3. I was thinking of doing a shunting job. And I sort of still am. Let's have a quick look at shunting. There's no reason not to get that. Doesn't increase our anything to do with our stuff, so yeah, we'll get that. We've got 2,000 to start off with. It's a nice quick starter job. And yeah, A7 and A6. Oh. This is an unload. Okay. I hadn't realised that until now, so A6I, A7, and then we're putting in a B8 and B7. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Right, normally I wouldn't start a job, but this is going to be quick and easy. Right, reason I wouldn't normally start a job, oh, the weather. On a starting day. We just wanted that, didn't we? Gonna make things fun. No worries though. Right, let's grab our train. We always get a DE2 in Steel Mill. Actually, before I do, let's bring the turntable to us. There we are. Lovely. And we'll start the engine up as fast as we can. There we go, and try and get the brakes charging. They are slowly charging. Front lights, rear lights. Wipers on slow, and I always like the fan. Always do. Right, handbrake off. Ooh, squeaky wipers. It's barely raining, but still need to be prepared for it. Could come down heavier. Right, let's get this on the turntable. Use the independent brake, that's the word. Stand on the back, make sure I'm in, on even. For turning the... There we go. I am going to use mouse for everything other than turntables, basically, and moving around. But all the train controls, I'm physically touching. Right, where's my first pickup? A6. Which, if I look at the station map, excuse me, SM, that's it, is quite a fair way down. It's there. Could be it. Oh, did you see the lightning? Sweet. Oh, we've got a D6 here. Be a long time before we get that, I'm afraid, but yes. So that's going to be DE6, I reckon. Change that quickly now. And we'll stop the train down here. We can reverse in to A6S. Yeah, DE6 is one of the most powerful trains in the game. But you are paying for that privilege. I'm not going to go too fast on this bit because I don't want to damage the cars. Now, where was that DE6 now? I know I saw it. Hiding behind a bush. There. I'm going to rescue that in time, but it's going to be a little while before we get that rescued. What a beauty. I know she's a mess, but still, what a beauty. Right, let's slow her down because we don't want to be any faster than 5 kilometers. Otherwise, we risk the damaging of... That's slower than I was expecting, but it'll do. Of the cargo or car or the engine, and we don't want any of that. We'll grab the hook quickly. Yeah, this is slow. Could have got a tad faster, but overly worried at this early game. There we go. Oh, right. Fortunately, I had to push the cargo. She can do. There we go. That. Open the lines. There we go. Handbrake of the car is at the back. Right, and we now need to get her to the loading area, which is where that thing is, the orange light on. It's literally in the next side track, really. So let's take it over. There's no way we're going to take the... What was it? 54 minutes on this job. Right, so now we're at this stage. We've picked it up from A6I. A6I for in. We're going to go to A7L. L for loading. And unloading. Then we're going to drop them off at the B8S and B7S. S for siding. Or storage, whichever you want to call it. On that stage, the unloading. Hopefully, this sort of talk-through playthrough is going to help. Right, I'm going to ease off the bottle because we're going at 24. We're going to have a nice, luxurious train in the end, by the way, guys. We really are. I'm going to get past that. Looks good. Yeah, that'll do. Use the train brake. Not full when it's wet. There. Whoops. Not mean to pause. Not mean to bring up the maps. Right. If I'm right, and I sincerely hope I am, I'm going to go into A7L. That's B yard. We'll be going there later. A bit more speed. Now we've got a bit of going. Leaning through the doors is quite useful at times. Yeah, we're going the right way. Yes, we'll acquire more licenses as we progress through the game. Where you'd fill up your steam trains. I am planning on this playthrough to drive every train and maybe do a job or something with them. Because not every train is ideal for doing a job. But I'm going to get them all. Gotta get them all, don't you? Trying to think how far back this track goes. No, just stop her slowly here. I'm fairly certain I'm on the line, and if I'm not, we'll soon know. There we go. Yeah, I didn't want to be that much further back, did I? And we'll unload. There we go. Whoa! All the cargo's just vanished. Right. So this is where it gets a bit trickier on this, because we've now got to unload. We need to figure out 4 cars. 2 of them goes at on one siding and the other 2 go on the other siding. So this one is that one. So that is the one we're going to dump last. If you look here, you've got CFF283. One of those cars. The next one should be, yeah, CFF134. So those need to go on B8S. The other 2 on B7. Now you can dump them in any order, but you've got to think about where they are on your consist. So let's dump the back ones first on B7S. I do love, even if it's raining, I do love the valley. It's a beautiful place. It has its issues, but where doesn't? Right, we want to get past that with all 4 cars. Back off on the power though. And we probably can slow her down. If I leave the yard too far, that will be a problem as well. If I hadn't taken the job already. Now, I'm just going to go and... Yeah, okay. Raining, I'm going back inside. No, I'm fairly confident I've missed that line. So I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to put the brakes back on. I'm going to set up where I'm going. Which is... B7S. And then B8S. So we know which side it's likely to be. It's going to be on that side. The last 2. Yep, that's correct. Click that over. It's correct, isn't it? Yes. I like to physically look at the junctions where possible. See where they're actually going. That's where we want it. We'll flick that. And I do like the manual flick rather than the remote flick. Right, back to the engine. So we can back her in. Right, back in the engine. Brakes off. Bit of power in reverse. Whoops, wheel spin. And I got wheel spin and backed it down just a notch. Then put the power back up when I thought it was ready. More wheel spin you get, A, the less traction you've got on your wheels, of course. But therefore, you're going to have all sorts of problems as well as damage. When you own your own trains, you don't want that damage. Not his spear anyway. You have no insurance whatsoever on your trains. Only these borrowed ones. Right, let's ease up the power. We're going fast enough. We know there's cars down there when we actually looked. Set up the junction. We only need 2 of them down there. Lovely. That'll be good. By the time she's stopped, she's already passed. Ah, now that's interesting. B8S. It's going to be more fun. But we'll worry about that. What? That's interesting. Never seen that before. Not even coupled. Job 98. Job 9. They're different jobs. That's interesting. That could cause us a couple of problems. They're supposed to be quite a bit further apart. And they're not. Okay. We'll face that in a minute. Let's just catch these. Could have put the handbrake on first, but I got distracted by that. Easy enough. What I'm thinking, I'll just pull it forward and hope we don't damage a trailer. Right. We should have dropped 2, yes. That's confirmed. They are left behind on B7S. Now, normally, what I would do is just push those with the power of the BE2. DE2. Sorry. Because of that problem, not sure what's best to do. Yeah, that's train brake, sorry. Because that's so far away. No, not that one. There we go. Finally got the right one. Right, this is more crucial to do it right. I'm going to take this a bit more steady than I would normally. Faster than I would normally go anyway at this stage, but slow it down easy enough. I'm wondering whether I just push. Get out and have a look what's going on. You know what? I think that will just push. And yeah, she's not past the junction enough yet. I'm going to risk it. If I'd cause more damage, I'd cause more damage. But we're doing it because we need to know. Just using DE2 just to push all those cars, and some of them have handbrakes on. But even though this is actually a relatively weak train, it's still strong when it matters in the yard. Right, she is in. I'll put the handbrake on here. Really not worried. Have a quick look at what's happened here. Hasn't caused an issue other than, yeah, 100% though, and 100%. So we haven't caused any damage by carefully pushing. But I think if you did that too long, you might have an issue. Game devs, found a bug. I know you just released it. Handbrake is on. There we go. It's a minor bug though, at least. Right, we're disconnected so we can actually hand the job in. That was a quick job. Right. So, back to that in a sec. Take my money. Thank you. 5,509 for doing the job. Removed all the cars. Validated the orders. Because we did it less than 54 minutes, we did it 19, we get 2,755 bonus. Can't complain, can you? That's why you make sure you get the bonus, guys. And that's created 2 new jobs. Gene Factory's emptying. Gene Factory's tempting because of the pool that's there. But I ain't got enough money for that, and those jobs not give me enough money. That might. So I'm wondering, we've got enough time for doing this job. B10 our engine facing the wrong way. That's easy fix. Right. Let me go and set up this job. First things first, we're just taking this with us. B10. Right, first things first, we're going to go and turn this train round. Oh, and the weather's coming nice. Drying up. Nice. Perfect. We don't even need the wipers anymore. Right. See you when I've turned this train round. I hadn't noticed there was 2 D2s. Interesting. Right. Been around. I heard it click into place. No! That was close. That was close. Right. Again, I'll see you after I've finished getting this train area ready. Right. Turn the train round. Change that one there so we go straight through. Guess I forgot to... Okay, that's a minor issue. I've forgotten to change another signal. Hey, I'm making the mistakes now, aren't I? I'd rather make them at this stage where it doesn't matter as much. I nearly derailed it on that turntable. I honestly forget to change this. Must have. Weird. Right. Definitely change now. Bit of power. Front roll back. Right. I need to go to the other end of B section. That's better. Hopefully there'll be no more mistakes. And if they are, hopefully they're spectacular. Right. I know I'm doing 40 through this, but it's a straight bit of track. No risk of derailing. B10 is going to be on that side, the far side track. Need to be past that one there. Point there. Start slowing her down now. Using the independent brake when I've got no cargo. Right. There we go. Stop, stop, stop. And we can back her up. Then we're going to see how late it is in the day, because we have done a quick job. Was a quick job. I can see it's already getting dark. There's nothing to stop you driving at night time in this game. Right. 20 mile an hour, oh sorry, kilometers an hour is more than fast enough to pick up these few lower down. Too much at this stage. Remember, 5 kilometers an hour. Best one to be hitting them at or connecting up at, or slower. Not going a tad too fast, but miles away. Oh, a little bit slower now could be useful. There we go. But again, too slow side. If I'm not going to correct that, I'm going to hop off and get ready to hook up. Not a lot of light, but I think that's from the structures. There we go. Righting her up. Grab the brake tube, open them up, she's ready to go. Handbrake off. Make sure we've got the right job. 14. 14, yeah. Just a quick sanity check. 14 at the front. 4 cars, 14 at the back. Good. Hand it in and we'll get off to Harbour Town. I think it is, yeah, Harbour Town. Right, so all that work we've just done hasn't started the bonus until we just handed it in. So now we've done that, B10, check that's fine, Harbour Town, and we know it's now going to G5I. So, looking at this map, steel mill, we'll go down over here, round there, down here. It's a fair trek down this slow section of track, down here into the Harbour Town, which is actually a really big area, and it's down this bit down here. Bottom bit is G. Probably just going to drive straight in, reasonably okay. We've got 72 minutes. We're not going to take anywhere near that time. So place your bets on how long it's actually going to take us. The job is 228 tons. The cargo length of 72.18 meters. There we go. Right, putting forwards. Brakes are already off. A little bit of power. Then increase it steadily. We never looked at the time. It will be fairly certain dark when we get there. Hey, but one thing about Harbour Town is it looks fantastic at night, as well as in the day. But it does look fantastic at night. Right. So let's get going. I'll be checking all these signals on the way. Do know this one very well, this trip, because honestly, you're going to Harbour Town a lot in this game, with it being the central point of trade. You do have trade in this game. All stations are connected in some way or another. Right, this first bit of track is actually uphill. You've got a 10, so it's 100 kilometer speed limit, which is going to go down by that one, and then we've got a 0.06 plus climb. We're going to need some power, so I'm going to put some real power on now and see if full whack will go. Yes. Now we're dropping down to 60. There's always put 0 at the end of that number, and that's your speed limit. Top of here we want to be turning left. Let's get the map out. So We are just leaving that area here. When we get up here, we want to be turning left, left, and left. 3 lefts. We're at 40. We're never going to get to 60 up this hill. 80 now with a 1.8 climb. That was a minus, that would be a drop. Really easy to tell if you're climbing or dropping. We're never going to get up to the 60 that we saw earlier. I'm not worried about that. As long as we get up to the top of the climb, and this can do 300 in the dry on a 2% gradient, apparently. Just an indication, they're not accurate. We could go up to 80, but we'll never get up that fast. 1.3 climb. Not too bad. Don't change your speed limit when you see it. It's the back end of your train that you need to be worrying about is through that speed limit change. If you've got a really long train and you're going 80 with one of your cars round a 30 corner, you're going to lose it. Right, we are steadily getting up this hill. Quickly go through the cars, all the engines goes in a minute for you. We've got brake pressures. Black needles, they need to be around about 5 upwards to be effective with the train brake. Independent brake does not use brake pressure lines. Right, I just need to change that signal there to the left. Perfect. You've got your tachometer, don't get that in the red. That's your revs basically. You've got your oil pressure, oil temperature, TM temperature, don't get that in the red. Get it in the yellow, not in the red. Be very careful. And you've got your amp meter, that's the voltage that you're using, because this is a diesel and electric train. So you don't want that. Then you've got your sand, which you can use if you're getting wheel slip. Your fuel, your oil, they'll both decrease. You've got your lights, wipers, horn, and cab fan on. Check that signal. Yes, that's going left. Lovely. So they're basically your controls. And you've got your switches to turn it all on. All this will be explained in the tutorial anyway. Right. I don't want to go above 50 yet, and I need to swap that one. There we go. Nighttime driving is harder, obviously, because you might not see the signs too much. I'm going to back off on the throttle for a while, completely. We're about to probably go downhill. We've got a 70 speed limit, though. That's not bad. You hear the wheels squeaking. Doesn't like it sometimes. I'm just going to have a quick look. Yeah, everything's past that speed limit sign, so we can put the power on. And if it'll go up to 70, we'll go up to 70. If a red light comes on those, it means it's getting low or hot. You don't want to get too hot. Oh, and of course you've got your speedometer there. You've got your throttle, your reverser, depending whether you want to go forward or backwards, and you already probably know about the train brake and independent brakes. Faster you're going. Oh, that's your handbrake. In case you didn't know. Faster you're going, the longer it takes to stop, naturally. Right, so I reckon we'll be there fairly soon. But we've still got some points to check. We are now on this stretch. Quite a fast stretch, this. We'll come up to a junction around here, which we need to make sure is going right. Then we start dropping down into Harbour Town, which I know quite a drop, and I'll be using a lot of brake going down there rather than throttle. Well, that 10 with the arrow pointing downwards says it's 10 kilometers an hour, 100 kilometers an hour, going to go down soon, and it's going down to 880. We are doing nearly 70, so I'm going to let the bottle go off. About as fast as this train will realistically go. Nice having a fast stretch of track that don't happen often. The 70 is coming down again. We weren't even warned about that. You've really got to be paying attention. I've watched streamers who have miserably failed on this. Still. We are slowing down, but I'm not overly worried because we are getting closer to the junction. And that junction is 30 direction if I'm turning left, but we're turning right, and I think like 50. I think. Once we hit the junction, it will be straight into a tunnel. When we come out, I know we go quickly down to 40. There's no point going too fast when you know things are coming up. Your train brake, by the way, will slow you down faster than your independent brake when you've got cargo. It applies brakes to all the cars as well. Right, down this corner, I think it is. We're doing 55-ish. Yeah, we're coming up to it there. We've got the Y insignia and a number underneath it. 0.3, that's showing you how far away it is to the next junction. 0.3 kilometers. See it in a minute. We've just slowly lost power naturally, speed naturally on this. Nothing too fancy. There's your tunnel, there's your junction, and I need to swap that over very quickly. Come on. There we go. 60 round the right corner, 40 round the left. We'll be alright. We're doing it's under 50. There we go. We saw the minus 1.1. That's good in the tunnel. All the engines have a different horn. And we will drive them all at some point or another. The E2 is done. There's your 40, so there we are. We're going to slow her down. Now, a lot of people say you can go up to 10 kilometers an hour faster. So you do have a bit of a buffer if you try keep it at the right speed. If you're going at 10 kilometers an hour over these corners anyway, because you've been told you can, you're going to derail easier. So I like to go for as close to the speed limit as possible. That way, if I lose track of what's going on, it creeps up to nearly 50, I'm still relatively safe. I'm going to ignore that 70 because I know there's another 40 coming. I'm going to keep it around about 40 by managing my train brake. There, 60, okay. I know there's a 40 coming. Fully off. Just under 40. Speeding up a bit. One more notch of brake. All the trains work differently as well. Control your brake pressure easily on this. Other trains, a little bit more tricky. Like steam trains, for example. You've got to build up the pressure on your brakes, then hold it. Got loads of notches on this one. And I'll go through what I know of each train as I get to them. We will use them all. But I'm afraid we will probably be on the D2 for quite a while. So who knows, maybe I'll get another license. The DH4 is a lot of fun and quite a powerful train. There, I knew there was another 40 coming. This stretch of track which we're on, I show you. Down here is windy as hell. So once you've passed that junction, I would always recommend go 40. Till you see Harbour Town, and then down that junction, you're gonna want to go 40 down there as well. Basically, 40 all the way after that junction that I mentioned, fast track. Okay, we can let it roll up a bit. I went too slow talking. Yeah. Once you've done this track, got to that track, I would just keep it 40. Really would. Oh, he's pushed out of the way though. It's still a drop, 1.5 drop. I could put power on, but why use fuel on power when it's just going to naturally drop, increasing speed anyway with a drop? That's how I see it. Again, got a 70 sign there. Could go 70. Look at what's round the corner. 60 with a junction. Do you know the map? Go careful when you get up to junctions because there can be big drops in speed. Like this one, I think it's a big drop in speed, and I'm going to slow down. I'm creeping up to 50 here. Gone over 50, and this junction, thankfully, 40. So, see what I mean? Speed 60 if I'm going down that way. Now I need to be on 40. There we go. I've got my speed under control quickly. And there you see Harbour Town. Coming in, we'll have a lovely view of it. Lovely sound. Huge! That's what I mean, it's glorious at night. All the stars, the moon, all the lights. Oh, it's beautiful. Don't let your speed go away by looking at it though. And this has everything. It's imports and exports, this is basically. There we go. I'm getting carried away. I've used my buffer. You'll hear the wheel squeal if I go. There we go. Still struggling at 40. That was only because I was looking at Harbour Town from afar. Right. A little bit more. Speeding up. Still got 40. That's the junction to Harbour Town. I'll show you Harbour Town in a minute. On the maps. Let me get on a stable area. There we are. Should be stable. But I think we're on the flat with the momentum, and we should be okay to show you G's. So, Harbour Town, HB. We are coming in from there. We need to go to G. We'll go straight on. We're going to go right, left, G. And we need to be going to G5. So, Go then to G. It will show us where 5 is. So we're coming in from that direction. So we're going to go right, right, left. Right. As long as I remember that, we'll be all right. I will slow her down a little bit so I've got more thinking time. A quick look. There's sometimes a wreck around here. Seeing it. I want to keep it around 20. Right. That one there. Lovely. Always a DE2 here. Always. If you want to ditch the one you're on and swap over, you can. Put a bit more throttle on. That'll do. Right, that one is going on there, going the correct way. I've got to be careful here, you see. This is why I've slowed down, because if I make a mistake, I've got a bit more safety room. Although, I feel like I want to go a bit faster. Right. Just through those buildings is where G is. Really don't want to go too much faster. I want to change that one and that one. And if I'm right, that's G5. If I'm wrong, at least it's an empty track. Yes, that's G5. Sweet. Usually your inns that you're delivering to, only delivering to, are empty. Usually. You generally know you can just probably drive straight in if you wanted to. Right, that's fine. We can stop her. Put the brake on full because it's dry. Put in neutral because I can. And we're going to just simply put the handbrake on now. This will create a shunting job. Which we'll probably do next time. Always the green flashing light, that's your station house. Always easier to see because if you're looking for that green light, oh, where it is. Well, hand in the job and... What was your timing? Were you correct? We only took 21 minutes. Nice. And 7.5 grand, we'll call it, bonus. So we got 22 grand for that. Lovely jubbly. And see how many jobs we've got here. Absolutely loads. And this is 8k for a quick drop-off. Yeah, we'll be doing that next time. We really will. I mean, it's literally pick it up, drop it, unload it, and drop it off. I would always say, spend some time at Harbour Town. Get to know it. Because it's a big, complicated station. Yeah, we'll do that next time, that's for sure. But yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed this episode. It's a great welcome. We've done a shunting, delivered. We'll be doing this shunting next time. And we will be hopefully doing another job out of Harbour Town. To where? I do not know yet. But, well, I've sorted things out and everything before we start everything. So, yeah. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, guys. And I'll see you on the other side, on the other episode when it comes out. See you soon. Bye.